Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome into the show that's on in the afternoon. I hope you're having a great day so far.
Yeah.
We're having a great day.
Now we are.
Because we're talking Jimmy Jam and BBQ Slam's coming up. Man.
Absolutely, yeah. It's going to be amazing. January 11th. I mean, save the date if you haven't gotten a ticket
right
already.
Around the corner.
Right. Yes.
I can't believe we're already here.
Yeah.
So we got Pastor Jeff, Spencer in studio.
Yeah. Talking about the competition part too. So we're gonna dive into all the different
insider
nuances.
view.
Yeah, I'm excited. Yeah.
It's gonna be great.
And we will get into all that. I'm gonna hurry up and get into all that. Right after we tell you about our friends at Beaux-Art Ford, my mouth is literally already watering just talking.
They didn't bring
barbecue.
food.
It really
How about
is.
that?
I know. I know. Well, hey, you know, we're scraps, but whatever. Since 1949, Beaux-Art Ford Lincoln's been more than just a dealership. They are a family-owned beacon of trust right here in St. Augustine, founded on honesty, integrity, and community service. That Beaux-Art tradition continues to this day. They've got that state-of-the-art service facility, lots of climate-controlled service bays in there, 91 to be exact, a quick lane for no appointment-needed maintenance, and you can always enjoy the comforts of their customer lounge and the unique flavors of Ford's Garage.
Yeah, man.
They're the proud recipients of the prestigious Triple Crown Award and named Florida's Dealer of the Year by Dealer Rater, and their team always dedicated to providing an enjoyable and efficient experience. They offer the best in pricing, selection, and service. Just off I-95 and State Road 16, where your satisfaction is their mission. They are driven to inspire. Also, our friends at the Bailey Group, getting enrolled in a health insurance or Medicare plan does not have to be complicated, and now's the time to do it. It can be quite the opposite. At the Bailey Group, you're going to work with a local insurance advisor to help you find just the right coverage for your specific needs and your budget. Their goal is to make getting covered simple, no added costs, no extra fees. The Bailey Group handles individual health and Medicare, corporate benefits, and financial needs for their clients. Let them do that for you. 904-461-1800.
Less than 9 days left for the deadline for open enrollment, so jump on it now.
Thank you, sir. Also, Elace Med Spa. If you're looking for a relaxing and rejuvenating experience, Elace is it. Luxurious spa treatments, advanced medical aesthetics, hydrofacials, Botox, dermal fillers, laser treatments, CO2 lasers, by the way.
Yeah.
That's the thing now.
And go deep.
Wow.
Spicy.
Yeah. And all the great things they do. What else, Davey?
Well, you can win the golden ticket. So if you go in there and buy a gift card, you can get a little bit of a bonus, and they're going to give you a makeup bag. Inside that cosmetic bag could be the golden ticket, which you can win $7,000 of prizes for Lace Med Spa. That is an amazing gift for yourself. So check them out at lace.com.
Yeah, man. Spencer, you're on a barbecue truck all day. You think maybe your face is a little bit dry? You think maybe you need to get out to a Lace?
Oh, yeah.
I'm wondering if sauce could be a good moisturizer, though.
Wow.
Like, have you ever tried that?
I haven't tried sauce on it. I do moisturize.
Yeah.
100%. You have to. The smoke will dry you out.
Right?
Yeah,
Exactly.
you have to,
Yes.
Okay, there you go.
Guarantee
next
he's
time-
had rub on it.
Next time you go to Spencer's truck and he's got sauce all over his face.
Yeah.
That was a
Barbecue
Davey
facial.
suggestion.
Alpha.
Yes.
David's suggestion.
Barbecue
That's right.
facials, yep.
Jeez.
I'm ready. Let's try it.
Exfoliator.
Delicious.
Spencer, Pastor Jeff, how y'all doing?
We're doing great. Thanks
We're
for having
great.
us.
Yeah,
Good
man.
afternoon.
Oh.
Here we are, Jimmy Jam BBQ Slam and
It
car
is
show,
almost
right?
time.
Yes.
This is exciting.
One of the coolest days of the year.
Honestly,
Seriously.
it really is.
Yeah.
Such an awesome event. I look forward to this all year.
Me too. Me too. So, Pastor Jeff, this has become a massive annual event.
It
You guys
has.
started from a very small event.
Right. We started at the front of the church on State Road 207.
Yeah.
We could fit the entire event. We could have fit the entire event in a big backyard of someone's house. Like
Really?
It was not big at all.
Yeah.
We made a couple grand and we thought, we can do this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
This is a big day.
Yeah.
And, we were raising money for Jimmy.
Yeah.
That's how it originally started. Had a couple cars parked out in front of the church, had people playing cornhole, sold some barbecue. We can do this.
Yeah.
And the
And-
legacy of Jimmy. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, so Jimmy was just an amazing man. To think about it, he was into cars and barbecue. He watched the Food Network. When his health was getting bad, one of the main things we wanted to make sure he could keep TV on so he could watch the Food Network and he could watch NASCAR. Those were his two things.
Okay.
And so a lot of our money, we said, spend this money, however, like we know,
Yeah.
And so he was paying bills and things, and I told his sister, make sure the TV stays on. The man wants to watch the Food Network. And so it's blossomed into a really cool thing to be able to name it after him.
Yeah.
You know, because he drove a forklift at Lures for years. He ran the thrift stores for the Betty Griffin Center, which was an amazing fit for him. His families come in needing stuff like that's what his heartbeat was, always to help people. I would go in and see him. He'd be hooked up for chemo or whatever, and first thing out of his mouth is, "How are you doing?" And I said, "That's not how this works. I came to check on you." He said, "We can see how I'm doing. How are you? How are your kids? How is your wife?" Like just an amazing man. Yeah, absolutely. Always put other people first. And
the Dream of Food Network 2 years ago, right? Weren't they in the feature?
so when we called his sister, Tanya, to let her know, because she lives up in Maryland now, to let her know that they were coming, she cried. She wept.
Yeah.
She's like, because that was his show.
Yeah.
Like,
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yes.
And it
Very
wasn't
cool,
just
man.
some random Food Network. It was Michael Simon.
Yeah.
Like literally one of the biggest food stars on the planet.
Yes.
I mean, he's the man.
Yeah.
So
that was
yeah.
a lot of fun.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was big time.
So what do we have in store for us this year? What can we expect at Jimmy Jam?
Well,
Fairgrounds again, right?
Fairgrounds, at the Fairgrounds, January 11th. The gates will open at 10. Awards will be at 5 for the teams.
Okay.
10 and under are free.
Oh, great.
2 big things that are rolling in is we have an 80-foot Ninja Nation obstacle course.
Yeah, I love
Yes,
Ninja Nation.
yes,
This is going to be
absolutely.
awesome.
And we've rolled in, we have KCBS, that's the barbecue competition. Those are people that travel around competing against other teams, so it's the best of the best. We also have ICS, which is the chili version of KCBS.
Oh, wow.
We have chili teams from all over coming in to compete.
Now, I noticed you didn't invite Troy for this.
How about that?
It's very easy to enter. I will send him the link.
I thought maybe, he didn't score too high.
If
I
he
thought
can
maybe
pull
he
his
wasn't
feelings
invited
out of
again.
his back pocket, he is welcome to come and
He
join.
wants to forget that I beat him last time.
Yeah, he
So,
does.
Yes,
Yeah.
he does.
Yeah.
I mean, I explained to him when Ned entered that his chances were drastically.
Yeah, Ned takes everybody
It's
else's
dropping
chances of
fast.
winning a food
Yes,
competition.
you're playing
way
for
down.
second now.
I believe the quote was, "I can't help it if the judges have no taste buds." Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Sounds
Sorry, yeah.
I know who the judges
Somebody
were, and
called
I
it
can tell you now it was judged well.
I think somebody called his soup, his chili soup.
No, Sloppy
like
Joe's.
Sloppy
Sloppy
Joe's. That was
Joe's.
It'd be an
right.
awesome
Yeah.
Sloppy Joe.
Yep.
Like, dang.
Oh my God.
Oh, man.
Couldn't cut it as chili, but hey,
No, but
pal,
hey.
it'll be an
Let's get a
awesome.
bun and make a sloppy
Put it
Joe.
on some manwich.
No way! That is new information to me. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That was a
boy.
good one.
But
So
we're
chili, that's cool.
So chili's coming in. We'll have chili and chowder like
I
we
was
had
gonna
last
ask you,
year.
okay.
So they'll both be there, and that's $1 a tasting, and that's from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. So that's to kind of fill the void
Okay.
Okay.
because People's Choice is going to be $1 per taste this year,
Okay.
and those tastings are from 2 to 4. And what that does is that allows people like Spencer who spend all night making competition barbecue to be able to switch hats after they do their last turn in and serve some of the food that they've cooked
Okay.
for the competition. They can serve that to patrons that are there.
So do you think you'll have more participants for People's Choice this year?
We have over 60 teams and they're all participating in People's
That's
Choice.
so,
So,
yeah,
we're
come
not
with
going to
60
have
bucks,
the,
okay.
it's not going to be the, if you don't get in there in the first 2 hours, you're going to have trouble. It's going to be spread out. You won't have to walk team to team to team. You can start on this end, you can start in the middle, you can start there, and you just walk the rows.
Oh, cool.
Say in the past, it's been the first 2 rows are People's Choice, and then the rest is everything else.
Right, right.
This time you can just pick a spot and go, and it's going to be competition barbecue. It's going to be the good stuff all up and down both
cool.
rows. Yeah.
What allows to like I haven't done People's Choice before because I could not manage trying to build these boxes
Yeah,
and then also
yeah.
serving the public. So this
Yeah.
so the new setup and time frame allows a lot more teams to now we've got our box turned in, now we can have fun and serve the people.
Now, will you bring
That's
in more
exciting.
extra help or something
Yes.
for that? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll bring in some extra help just where we have enough where you can kind of rotate. And,
Right. Yeah.
So,
I'm glad.
How many teams we got competing this year?
We're at 60.
Oh,
60.
really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you
Nice.
done? Can you add more?
We're not going to turn anybody away, but
Awesome.
that's a good, comfortable number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Nice.
I mean, it's just
Oh, man.
impressive to see. You get there and you see all these competition trailers and trucks and
Yeah.
some that make my trailer look tiny.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
know?
yeah.
Right. I mean, some guys really have
It's insane.
almost an RV
Yes.
set up out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Last year, one of our guys that does all of our production stuff put a GoPro up. So we have a time lapse of the team. So you see this big open field, and then you see one pickup truck with a trailer, and then you just see, and next
That's
thing you know,
great.
they're the whole field's full of RVs and cook teams and trailers, and then it fills up with people Saturday morning. So it's cool to see the time lapse, and he actually made it into a commercial that we're going to use. So
Cool.
Awesome.
yeah,
And you
yeah.
can even see the smoke, like first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Daylight's coming up.
Yeah.
And literally, there's just smoke just going into the pine trees, and
Wow.
the smell of it is it's hard to
What
describe.
does it look like for the competition part of it? Like, how much preparation do you have to do as a
A
competitor?
massive amount. It's
talk about it.
stressful, like because normal everyday service. Yeah, I do my best cooking barbecue. This, like, you have to, like a normal brisket I would buy, you can't serve that in competition. You're buying, like, last year, the brisket I brought in was $342 before I even touched it.
Okay.
Because if I don't bring in that quality of meat,
Right.
I don't stand a chance because everyone's
Right, you're not even
literally
placing.
bringing,
Yeah.
they're bringing the best meats they can possibly find. Money's no object.
Yeah.
And so that's...
Is there any limitations on where you can order? Like, do you
No.
buy? Okay, okay.
You can, everyone, a lot of people, I don't get to do a lot of competitions, but people have like Ryan King and stuff. They have their certain little secret places they get stuff.
Yeah.
So
they're
they're
like
able to-
fishermen. They have their coordinates on where they're gonna get. Where
They're
they're
like
gonna
they're
get
raising
ribs.
Raising cows all year
Yeah,
long just to
yeah.
slaughter
You
them
remember
the night
Tillman's
before
face
Jimmy
when he
Jam.
says, "I'll give you the code someday if you're lucky enough." And he was like, "The code? What?"
Jeff's like, "Do you have the code?" I'm like, "No, I don't have a code."
He's got some special place he gets his meat from, man.
Wow.
And
So
it's-
what keeps you coming back, Spencer? I mean, you've been doing
It's-
this for quite a few years. I
This
mean,
is probably my 5th year.
Yeah.
But it's just, Jimmy, it's such a fun day. And it's so, it's so different than my everyday, food truck life.
Yeah.
Just being able to make this competition barbecue and then also the camaraderie of barbecue. Barbecue is a community, it's a family. So you're there with a lot of people you've never even met before, and they're willing to kind of help you. And it's just a fun day.
What about the intensity of the fire? Isn't that something that you need to watch? And
Oh, yeah.
what does that look like?
Well, different people use different smokers. There's a lot of pellet out there, a lot of drum. Me, I'm using a stick burner, so I'm monitoring. I'm controlling my exact temperature by the amount of wood I'm actually putting in.
Yeah.
It's, you're on it. Like I usually start meats about 3 a.m. So from everything's prepped up, ready to go. So I spend all before that prepping up, everything's ready to go, and then 3 o'clock I start fires, and it's like you're monitoring. There's no sitting down and
Is everybody like 1, 2, 3? You can start now. Is that like okay?
No,
okay.
it's
start whatever
whatever
you
your
want.
timeline you're using, whatever
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it's unique to every team.
Yeah,
So-
we have a cooks meeting and we go over all the turn-in times and all where the turn-in is and all that the day before. And after that, it's pretty much prep time because when they roll in there, they have to have the meat inspected. It has to be seen that it's bought recently, hadn't been sitting in somebody's freezer for a while, and it has to be prepped there and it has to be cooked there. Like it can't roll in with a cooler full of stuff and throw it on there and heat it up and call it a competition. So
And like as far as give you an example, like the chicken. When I do, you have the 4 meats, but like when I do chicken, it takes me to trim 12 chicken thighs about 3 hours
Oh wow.
to trim.
So it's not just brisket. You're saying?
No,
Oh, I didn't know that.
No,
Okay.
so you've got chicken, pork, which we use Boston butts or whatever they want to use, ribs, and then brisket. So it's 4 categories.
Okay.
But like the chicken, like I'm pulling the skin off, cutting knuckles off, scraping the fat from the skin.
Wow.
Like because it has to be perfect. If a judge, like when the judge bites it, they get 1 bite and it's got to be bite through. Like literally the skin you have to see almost teeth marks.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know it was like that.
It's so,
I started out being in charge of the judging.
Okay.
Not a bad gig.
Right. I'm
Not a bad
saying.
gig.
yeah.
But
Are you bumped out now, or are you?
I would always get called out to something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And so it just wasn't a good look for me to go over and talk to Spencer and be a judge.
Right,
And
yeah.
then if I'm eating Spencer's food on a Thursday and I'm eating at another truck and
Right,
hanging
right.
out with someone, it's a bad look because they're like, oh, well, he knows what his tastes
I
like.
didn't
You know what I
think
mean?
of that,
So
yeah.
I had to say, you know what, for the integrity of the event is important to us.
Look at you, integrity.
Well, because
well, he's a pastor.
I was waiting for that.
it kind of comes with the territory. But anyway, the integrity event is important to us because we are Jimmy Jam 365 days a year.
Yeah.
They get to come and compete for 2 days. And so it's important to us that they understand that. And so they roll in there and they follow the rules and we go with the rules and it's
So exciting. It's really cool to see. I mean, honestly, a barbecue competition is not something that you stumble across every single, event or anything. So this is a very extraordinary opportunity for anybody to go out there. If you love barbecue, this is the way to be.
Well, it is, and this is one of the largest, if not the largest, in North Florida.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it's like that's a lot of teams, and they come from all over. It's the best of the best you're competing against.
And we have one that comes from New York every year. And then we have them from all over, and we've had people calling from states. And when you see a number from a strange state, you're like, I don't owe anybody money in that state. I'll answer this.
Exactly.
So then I'll answer
Delaware, just so you know.
And so then I'll answer it, and I'll go, oh, okay. There's a barbecue team from Minnesota, a barbecue team from Maryland, barbecue team from all over wanting to come down. Probably can't do a lot of outdoor cooking. In January in a lot of states.
Right.
So we're blessed in Florida to be able to do this.
Yeah, man. Do you have anything that, it's like you mentioned, you tried so much of this stuff. Do you have any like memorable, what are some of your most memorable, I don't know if dishes is the right word. What are some of the most memorable things you've tried over the years out there at Jimmy Jam?
Well, honestly, they had a Bloody Mary contest last year, and obviously I didn't drink any of it, but the things that they put together for it to go in was phenomenal. They did a wings ancillary. The wings were ridiculously good.
I tried some fried ribs out there, I think, a couple years ago.
There's a team that does a deep fried rib. They also did a sweet potato mash with some kind of daddle in it mix. And, yeah, it's just whatever you want to do. People come through the door expecting barbecue, and you can be as creative as you want. And deep fried rib is one that people ask about regularly. I had friends that drove all the way from Gainesville. He's like, why did they not put that in the competition? I'm like, because it's a barbecue competition. He's like, because they would have won. So,
and that line is worth saying.
Not exactly how that works, but yeah.
No, it's like the people's choice. I mean, you're going to have 60 teams. Like, it's not, a lot of people won't be serving just straight barbecue. This is your opportunity to serve anything you want. You know, I could go in there with a Texas Twinkie, and I could do, it would take me years to prep all that for that many people. But you can do it. Like,
now that it's out there, we expect it.
I said it. They're intense.
We're talking about integrity here, Spencer.
Man of my word.
Only for the volunteers. You got to make all the volunteers.
Yeah, so you get so much
the MC and the
out of
volunteers, right?
That's right. That's right. So talk about, I mean, at the end of the day, you guys are raising money to help people.
Absolutely.
Tell me about the mission of Jimmy Jam.
It's huge. Being a pastor of a small church, I don't have the funding to help people like I want to. And Tim and I were talking one day. I said, I get tired of telling people I'm going to pray for them or giving them a list of places to call that I know are going to say no. Or that they maybe don't fit the criteria for, they don't fit into this box or that box. And it's someone it's a husband and wife that are working their butts off, and they're just barely getting by, and the dryer goes out. And then the car needs tires, and then something breaks down, and now they can't,
that sets you way back. Man.
So they're a month behind, I mean, I've been through it myself.
We
Sarah and I've been on the
Yeah.
edge and months behind on stuff, and people just stepped in, and we didn't even expect it. We find ourselves in that situation, and we just want to be able to help people, good, hardworking people that have just fell on a little bit of a hard time because people are helping. Everybody's got a niche. Y'all have nonprofits in here in the afternoon all the time who are doing amazing work in St. Johns County. We didn't want to replicate any of that. We do want to help them. So some of them, we will go and back them when they're doing something. We can go cook and help. We'll go cook and help. We'll go raise money for them. But for the most part, we just want to help out the everyday working American that's just fell on some hard times,
I think it's important to drive home that it's immediate assistance too.
Absolutely.
Where a lot of, I've been on nonprofit boards, and it takes months to be able to get funds like approved or anything like that. So I think that's extraordinary.
I worked at a big church when I started doing ministry, and the big church life would be like, hey, we want to help you guys out. This has got to go before the board. And I mean, it was before text messaging. I'm dating myself there. But it'd be, 4 days later, it was like, hey, we would like to help you with your light bill now. And they're like, well, that's nice. It's been turned off for 3 days.
Right.
Because I know when things get bad, you don't call, we might fall a little behind next month. You call when it's like, hey, we got 2 days. Right? Like the water's getting turned off on Friday.
Because you're trying to make it happen up until that time where you're just like, okay, there's nothing else I can do.
And your pride gets in the way.
Oh yeah, well, sure.
And so when people call us, we know that they're frantic. They're not calling because they've got 6 weeks to plan things out. They're calling because there's a deadline coming, and they're going to lose their house. They're going to lose their water. They're going to lose their electric. We want to be able to turn it around. Our board, when someone emails an application to jimmyjamoutreach.com, when they email an application there, our board reads the application within a couple hours and a decision is made. It's not a trickle down. It's just a, hey, this is one we want to help.
But you also guys always say that it's not a handout, it's a hand up.
Exactly.
Time. So I think it's awesome to see when you give assistance to these beautiful families, they actually jump on the front lines with Jimmy Jam right after their assistance or whatever. You see that people of action constantly.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
That's awesome.
Yeah, absolutely. And we tell them all the time, someone will say, we want to pay you back someday. I'm like, here's how you can do that.
Okay, great.
You can come buy a barbecue dinner.
Yeah.
You can come work the gate at our events. You can come help us prep meat the night before when we're cooking for a big event. Or you can just get the word out.
Yeah.
That's all we want.
So helpful.
Yeah. That's all we want. Share our posts. That would be one of the most helpful things you can do. Get us into some algorithm we're not in.
Right.
And just help us navigate the waters.
No, I think, a story we talk about a lot, and he loves talking about this as well, and it's Jay Gerard at BNS Signs, who, that was one of the first events I went to with you guys for his niece, I believe.
Yep.
And who's doing great these days, by the way. And, but that event made him he is a soldier for Jimmy Jam.
Absolutely.
Now,
he is on the front lines.
Yeah. Every single thing you guys do, he is there. He is helping with absolutely anything he can. And this is a guy who runs his own very successful business.
Yeah.
Who's
very
got
busy
a lot
business.
of things to do.
Yes,
He's a very busy guy. But anytime there's a Jimmy Jam thing, he is out there on the front lines because of the impact that you guys made on his family. And it's pretty powerful. It's pretty great to see that, man. And so many other families just like his.
Absolutely.
That's really, really awesome.
A lot of our volunteers are people that we helped out in the past that said, you know what, we're in.
Yeah.
Or they know someone, they got help.
Yep.
So Spencer, on the competitor side, does that inspire you to bring your best game with the mission of Jimmy Jam? Do you hear that camaraderie between your other competitors?
Absolutely. It's a small part that we're playing in that to make it just such a cool event, because when people show up there, they know they're going to have an incredible day of all this different food and all these samples, and we take pride in it. If you're not taking pride in your barbecue,
it's going to
you
show.
need to hang it up.
Yeah, right.
And to speak to that, man, it's also pretty amazing to see people who, you guys spend, like you mentioned, Spencer, you guys spend a lot of money. You guys spend a lot of time to compete in this challenge, and there are cash prizes. So some people have the opportunity to make their money back, maybe make a couple extra bucks, get them to gas to get back home. But a lot of people will say when you present them with the check, hey, I'm just going to go ahead and donate this back to Jimmy Jam. You guys can keep it. I want this to go help.
I don't know if you remember the eye contact we made the first time a team gave back a big check.
Yeah.
They're not huge check, but I looked at you and said, they're giving this back. And we were both just like, they spent a lot of money to get here. They spent a lot of money to cook, but they believe in what we're doing enough that they're willing to say, you know what, we want this to go back.
So how was the year of 2024 with Jimmy Jam? Like, what was the support? What did it look like this year? Did you see some common variables?
As far as helping people what'd
you guys do this year? Anything extraordinary? Sergeant family, amazing. That was an incredible campaign.
Young man who was hardworking young man. They still don't know what caused it, but for some reason he veered off the interstate. And
just kind of
for all rights, he was on the phone with his wife, letting her know he's headed home, and then next thing you know, he's off the side of the road, and he has no reason to be here. I mean, that truck was destroyed.
No, that truck, it looked like it was a 4-door truck that looked like a 2-door truck.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it was.
He was in the back seat when he got pulled out. But we were able to help them. There's a couple other families we were able to help the Farrell family out a little bit. Just some tremendous families that are doing good things that we know that the bills are piling up, and insurance will help you with the medical bills, but they don't help pay your light bill and your water bill that your check used to pay for. And for a while he couldn't walk. He had pins in his hips, things like that. And to speak to the camaraderie of the barbecue, people have this vision of Jeff and Tim go and cook 200 racks of ribs. Well, guys like Spencer show up and Dane, and they roll up their sleeves and they go, hey, we're cooking 200 ribs. They're like, what time are we starting? Yeah. And we're like, well, we're going to start prepping around whatever time. And they sit there, and he was there with us the entire time, the last 2 big events we went. So it's teams coming in, believing in what we're doing, and then saying, hey, we want to come help what you're doing. And he has nothing to gain from it. He's not wearing a Smoking Spencer shirt when he shows up. He's not putting his name out there. He is putting too much rub on stuff, but that's his
I'm
business.
not going to apologize for that.
I heard a dump truck shows up and just dumps the entire
Absolutely.
rub. Yeah.
Helicopter
do it
flies
right.
by and it just drops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're
They're like,
training
we
the
could have used that to
mosquito.
put out fires, but
I'll never serve you under seasoned meat.
I like to hear that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like lots of flavor, man. I like lots of
Absolutely.
flavor.
Wow.
But anyway,
100%.
that's a piece of it people don't get. They don't understand that we have barbecue teams, people that run their own business, their own trucks all week long say, you know what, I'm going to set aside Friday night, Saturday morning. He came and helped pass out meals at one of them. Like, that's just, it's tremendous.
That's what the barbecue community is.
Yeah.
Is they will literally bend over backwards to help someone. It's, and even me, I don't get to compete in a lot of events. You'll have these, experienced guys that come over and, show you more of the competition world,
yeah.
King and
And
Tillman.
it's friendly.
Yeah.
I
It
think
is.
that's cool to say too. It's like when you go to a country concert, it's the nicest people that you're going to meet. And so I think that's what's cool about Jimmy Jam.
Yeah.
Is it's welcoming. I mean, I'm so used to up north, everything is, so, and you're like, don't look at my, what I'm doing. It's like such a competition.
Yeah.
But this is welcoming. Like you're learning
Yeah.
techniques and just everyone's open and
They're learning techniques. They're not sharing the deepest secrets
Right,
they
right,
each
okay,
have,
okay.
but they're helping people get on their feet because they want to see it grow.
yeah.
If you're passionate about something, you want it to grow. So if you're involved in something, you want it to grow. So they want the barbecue competition world to grow.
Yeah.
So they're passionate about helping the new guy, and helping them along and pushing them along. It's cool to watch.
Keeping the love of barbecue alive. You want to, if you don't pass on your knowledge, shame on you.
Right.
Share what you know and just keep the barbecue sport.
Absolutely.
It's a tradition, and there's many different ways to do it. But it's
Yeah.
pass on what you know.
That's cool.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Another cool part is the vendors that you have. And I think you give nonprofits out there an opportunity to get their voice out.
Nonprofits can roll in there and set up a table for free.
I love that. That's
Yeah.
amazing. And to walk through the different and you hear all the different stories. I think putting that under the awning there, right?
Right.
I think it was a smart move.
Well, we only did it because it rained.
Oh, okay.
So normally it's out in the open because we had complaints that it's too cold under there. Last year it wasn't that cold, so it's kind of a weather based thing.
I like it. I thought it was cool under
What I thought was cool is I could go talk to someone about their daddle sauce, and then I could talk to someone about their peanuts.
Yeah.
And then I could look at clothing.
Yeah.
And then I could talk to someone that's helping homeless people.
Right.
And then I could go to the next one. I could be shopping and looking at shoes. Then I can look at hats. And then I'm talking to someone that's doing mental health work in the community. So it's a good mix to have them spread out there. We don't want them over in the corner.
No.
Where it's like, oh, well, don't go to the nonprofit one.
Right,
They're just
right,
going to
right.
want money, you know?
Yeah.
So, because that's.
I thought that's cool. You peppered it in like that.
Yep. So they were spread throughout, and it was really cool to have them there.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I'm looking forward to it this year, guys. What do you think you'd say to somebody who's never been out to this event? I know we've covered a lot today, but they've never come out. They're thinking, you know what, I might check it out this year, but you need to tip them over the fence a little bit.
Right. It's going to be a blast for people of all ages.
Yeah.
Like the children, the ninja course and the kids fun zone is free.
Yeah.
You can go and enjoy that and have fun with that. It's age appropriate for everybody. Everybody's going to have a good time. If you're a music lover, we got bands coming in. We got Stephen Quinn coming in and a lot of his crew and a couple different groups. Like, there's just going to be something for everybody. It's not just show up and eat barbecue and the kids are like, I don't want barbecue, I want macaroni and cheese.
Right.
I want something else. There's going to be something for everybody. We'll have shaved ice. I mean, you name it. Chili. Everybody eats chili, and there's 4 different types of chili. Tim and I went to a chili competition last year. There's 4 different types. There's green, there's white, there's vegan, and then there's meat.
Right.
And they put crazy Wagyu beef and top sirloin, and one guy had filet in his, and it was just like, it's chili.
Yeah.
And then I bite it, and I bite into it, and I go, okay, it makes a difference.
Yeah, right.
And I'm like, Tara, that ground beef and beans isn't cutting it at the house anymore. I need some of that sirloin in there.
Very cool.
But I mean, it's just going to be something for everybody who could want something to do that day. And every penny is going to help people in our community.
That's awesome.
Every single penny. There's no overhead. There's no one other than putting on the event. We got people like Mastercraft, kicking in money, and he's our title sponsor again this year. That takes a huge financial burden off of us.
Yeah,
if we can get the sponsors right, then it's pure profit, and that's what we aim for. We want to walk out of there and go, hey, we had X amount of people there. They spent X amount of money, and now we can help 250 families, 350. We know when we're done how many families we can help out and how we can help out, and we want to spread it out throughout the year.
So can people get tickets right now? Can they get tickets at the door? How does tickets work? How do people get
You can do both. Yeah.
Okay,
So,
perfect.
Tim did not put it in the notes.
Jimmy Jam Community
Well, that's why I asked it, because I knew it wasn't there. I knew Tim forgot something.
Thanks,
You called
Pete.
him out, not me.
And now Tim will blame me because I wrote the questions. There we go. Thank you.
Yep. And if you're coming to the parade tomorrow,
Yeah.
we're going to be passing out something I can assure you has never been passed out at a parade before.
Oh, boy.
That's all
Okay.
we're saying.
That
That's
could be
all we're going to
amazing.
say.
That's going to be very
know
interesting. I
there's
hope
gonna-
we're somewhere close to you guys.
There's going to be something for the moms and dads sitting there watching everybody else get candy and get this and get that. There's going to be something different.
Whiskey. Awesome. All right.
And there's one more attraction coming to Jimmy Jam that's going to be announced next week.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we
So
brought in.
teaser.
Something else really cool is going to be
It's
announced
big
next
time.
week.
We're working on rolling out the commercial for it next week.
Ooh.
Very
All we
exciting.
can tell you is it's big.
Stay tuned.
Okay.
Hey, Spencer, how can people check out your incredible barbecue?
Yeah.
Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and catch me around town. And
Amazing.
been doing a lot of catering events. So
Good.
definitely hit me up if anyone needs
Always.
needs to serve a party.
That needs to always
Yeah.
needs to hit you up. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you guys very much.
Yes, sir.
I love this event. I'm literally starving right now. I'm going to go get some barbecue as soon as we leave the studio.
Sorry, I don't think anybody's cooking it at 9:30 on Friday.
Well, good thing it's the afternoon, Jeff. Good thing it's the afternoon right now. You guys, thank you for coming in. We'll definitely see you out there on the 11th. I hope
Yes.
everybody watching will see us out there too.
Yes, and more to come. I'm excited for the surprises and the reveals that are about to happen.
I
It's
know,
gonna be
man.
great. Yeah,
I know.
good stuff.
Yeah, man. Very good stuff. I love this event. You guys know I look forward to this every
You're the
single year.
MC.
Yeah, I know.
You're like, yeah, up there, the microphone and the barbecue.
You're the face of the franchise for one
well,
day.
be
For
careful
one
with
day.
that.
Yeah.
Be careful with that. Hey, gotta remind you guys, you can also get a great experience going on with our friends at the Old Town Trolleys. And now is the best time of the year to reserve yourself a bench on an Old Town Trolley, because it is Nights of Lights. And Old Town Trolley is absolutely the best way to experience the Nights of Lights. You can take a tour through downtown as they take you through all the points of interest.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to be the one angrily honking at people as they just don't live their lives very well in downtown
See,
St. Augustine.
yeah, this is nicer way.
Yeah, let the trolleys take you around. It's a stress-free thing. The kids absolutely love it. It's wonderful.
Did you really?
Did you?
Did you get the glasses?
My mom got us tickets.
How fun!
Yeah,
That's the
so
way to
it
go.
was awesome. Went
Yeah.
and
Okay,
ate
so
and
the
had-
high DL thing, how was that cool?
Yeah.
Was it fun? Did you see like all
No, I
the?
didn't see that.
Oh, you
part.
didn't see it?
No. I was having
You're
fun.
supposed to find the elves. No, that's cool.
I had a little pregame action going
There
on.
you go. That's also the
it
way
was,
to do
it.
it was a blast. Yeah, we had fun.
Good stuff.
Old Town Trolleys, Spencer approved.
Nice. And Floridians, let's talk about something we take very seriously, which is heating and air conditioning. We're not fans of being left in a hot mess of humidity, so when was the last time you had your home unit inspected with some love? Well, for a fabulous 45 years. All American Air have been the AC hero of St. Augustine and beyond. We're talking St. John's, Flagler, Duval, and Putnam counties. They're not just the experts, they're the cool cats of warranty and non-warranty service work. They also have preventative maintenance agreements, new construction installations, and rocking high efficiency systems, from the Lennox Wonders to the Ultra Smart iComfort thermostat. They've got all your HVAC products in sight. Give them a call today, 904-461-0070.
And of course, Bin 39 Wine Bar, the place for you to find your new favorite wine. They absolutely have it down there, I guarantee it. They're at 4 St. George Street, right on the Orange Street side of St. George Street, and it's a great place to hang out, sip a few glasses in their courtyard. Very nice time of year to do that.
Yep.
They've also got live music on their patio all the time. They're open from 8 to 8 daily, and they've got over 95 wines for you to choose from out there, expertly selected from around the world from Irving Cass himself, St. Augustine's resident wine expert.
Big announcement, too. All of those 95 bottles of wine are 20% off for the holidays. That was just dropped today.
Wow.
So run, don't walk. That's and that pairs well with barbecue. I'm just saying. Some red wine,
yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
100%.
man.
100%.
4 St. George Street. Give them a call, 827-5740. All right, it's horoscope time. Capricorn and Pisces on deck today.
All right.
Capricorn is where we'll start. Industrious Capricorn.
Ooh.
Today all shall slip through your fingers like a melted soup iceberg. Okay. Time management, usually your crowning glory, will fail magnificently. That's a tough one.
Done phonics.
When meetings get double booked. Dry cleaning mishaps will leave you in an unintended
The first time.
unintended fashion statement. Boy, that's bright. No one
Anticipated.
Moving on, Pisces.
All right.
Oh, Pisces, your dreams today will ground themselves into a swamp more mucky than it is enlightening. The invisible scarf of glum uncertainty will cling to you religiously. Jesus, hell.
Yeah, that's bad.
Artistic endeavors, though blessed with sentiment, will what the hell are these stars doing?
I don't know.
They can't form a sentence right.
You have to talk with them. Who's the stars manager?
Fucking chat GPT.
Oh, they're just not doing their best.
God, give me something, Dave.
Okay, here's who's giving their best. St. John's County Sheriff's Office, we love them. Tip a cop. Join SJSO on Monday night, this coming Monday, at Texas Roadhouse. Deputies are volunteering as you wait, as your wait staff. All proceeds will go raised by Team St. John's Help Special Olympic Athletes. This is up at Texas Roadhouse, up by Bozard Ford Lincoln, Monday, December 9th, 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. We can't wait to see you there. That's awesome.
See, it's not easy to read today.
I got it. Next up, Rethreaded at the Tringali Barn. We love this organization. This is coming down to town. They're doing their holiday shopping event Friday, December 13th. This is from 6 to 9 p.m. I'll put link in comments, but yeah, support rethreaded.com. Very, very cool. They obviously make a lot of really cool items for Christmas. And yeah, you're helping an organization by purchasing something from there.
Great group out there, Rethreaded.
Yeah. All right, another one. Christmas with Cops and Claws. Join the St. Augustine Beach Police Department for crafts, music, goodies, police, and fire rescue vehicles, and Mr. and Mrs. Claus. Bring your Santa letters. This is free admission happening December 11th, 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. Down at the police department. Check that out. Christmas with Cops and Claws.
So it's almost something way different.
I was like, let it slow, but like, you know what I mean?
What?
Yeah, whoopsie doodle.
What with Cops and
Yeah,
Claws?
the tip a cop, and then everything's tongue tied.
All right. Magnolia Family Dentistry, where they'll make you smile good.
That's it. Just tell them that.
8240990. And the North Florida Winter Experience.
Yay!
Ice skating.
50% off trees with every entry.
Yeah. That's a great experience. Both of those places. All right, Davey, your turn with Panache.
And Panache, they have a difference. Go to getpanache.com and get with it, boo.
They have a difference.
Trust me, she'll love that.
Did we drink before the show today?
No, we did it. Seriously. This is just end of week. We're just,
We probably should now.
Yeah, we need to now.
All right, finally today we have daily cursed images from this page I found on Instagram.
Okay,
This first guy,
let's
he
do
found
it.
his spirit animal with the T-Rex arms. God
Oh.
bless. Yeah, so nice. Been searching a long time. Ladies and gentlemen, the Hit Squad. Oh, right?
All right.
Wow, a little rough there.
Right.
Trombone ain't playing.
Taliban kids.
Right, God bless.
I'm in the Taliban.
Yes, nice. Next up, don't feed the birds.
Jeez.
Wow. Next up, with grocery store prices this day, 25 cents. I will definitely play for this. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Onions.
Otherwise,
in
it's
the claw machine.
$4 onion. Yeah. Next up, this guy taped himself to a tree. Did they get him on tape? Wonder if the charges are going to stick.
He wasn't getting away from the cops, that's
Right.
for sure.
Right. Next up, Becca and her Linkin Park CD. I guess she's going through a phase. Yeah.
Okay.
Little
The
dark
Hello
bear
Kitty
on the
thing
Hello
with
Kitty,
the,
yeah. Next up, Florida Man. Not good.
I don't want to see this at the Florida Man games.
We don't want this
No.
It's
there.
gonna be a new event.
Yeah, no, it is
Yeah,
not.
it's called Hose 'em Off.
Escape from the porta potty.
Next up, there's a new teammate on the squad. It's Carlos. For Carlos. Very agile. And next up, natural blue cheese topping on this pizza. It's gorgeous. Beautiful.
Nope.
And finally, now that's what I call a hot dog.
Jeez,
Yeah.
that's on fire.
Beautiful art. That should be the sculpture in the peanut.
It should be the sculpture in the peanut.
That could be cooler.
Better than the one they commissioned.
Yeah, the igloo.
Clowns. All right, have a great rest of your day. Have a good weekend.
Bye.